ngir ngeen ni mën di jot suñu vidéo saa su nekk da ngeen abonné fi nga xam te ni mooy
Mbégmi TV.
loolu ko da ngeen activé cloche de notification bu ko defee dara doo leen rawati suñu vidéo jërë ngeen jëf.
For 2021, we are celebrating the great Magal of Touba. Therefore, it makes sense to start with the founder of the Murid Brotherhood being Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba Mbacké. Ahmadou Bamba Mbacké, also known to followers as Khadimu Rasul or the servant of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or the Sheikh of Touba in terms of colonialist consideration. He was a Sufi saint and religious leader in Senegal and the founder of the large Murid Brotherhood. He was born in 1853 in Baké, Senegal, and died on the 19th of July 1927 in Diourbel, as well in Senegal. His parents being Mam Diarra Bousso, the mother, as well as Mamor Anta Sali, his father. He is a family man, indeed, having siblings, and therefore I will be referring to Mam Cerno Ibrahim Mbacké, Serigne Mouhamadou Mor Diarra, Serigne Abibullah, and so on. He had children, indeed, where I will be naming few, namely Serigne Mouhamadou Mustafa Mbacké, Serigne Mouhamadou Fadilou Mbacké, Serigne Abdul Ahad, Sokhna Maymuna Mbacké, and so on. After having completed his Quranic school as well as the fruitful books of deep knowledge about Islam and Hadith, Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba produced poems and tracts of meditation, that's called the Qasida, rituals, work, and Quranic studies. He led the Pacific struggle against the French colonial empire while not waging outright war on the French like several prominent marabouts had done. That's what actually led to his deportation into exile in Gabon for a period of 7 years, months, and days. Now it's important to know that it's exactly the departure date which has been recommended to celebrate, being the 18th day of Safar, in accordance with the Muslim calendar, that he has indicated that whoever, your joy being my joy, I will be inviting you on that day to celebrate with me the 18th day of Safar. When it comes to the Barkelu, being the contribution according to what we know, it will be from a camel to a chicken, whatsoever one can afford, is been invited to do so on this day, to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is benefiting from today's celebration. Now, it makes sense as well to talk about Touba. Touba is the holy city in Senegal. The literal meaning of the Arabic word tauba is to return, and is repeated in the Holy Quran and Hadith, saying of the Islamic Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the context of Islam, it means to turn or to retreat from past sinful and evil activities and to firmly resolve abstaining from them in future. But then it makes sense as well to explain what is Touba in its religious meaning in Sufism. The name is also superficially identical to the name of a tree in paradise in Islamic tradition, Touba, and in Sufism this symbolic tree represents an aspiration for spiritual perfection and closeness to God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The term is mentioned in the Quran in Surah Al-Ra'd, verse 29. Those who believe and work righteousness, Touba is for them and a beautiful place of final return. Now, when it comes to the Magal, the Grand Magal of Touba is the annual religious pilgrimage of the Senegalese Murid Brotherhood, one of the 4 Tariqa, Islam Sufi orders of Senegal. On the 18th of Safar, the second month of the Islamic calendar, pilgrims gather in the holy Murid city of Touba to celebrate the life and teaching of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, the founder of the Brotherhood. The Great Magal has been recognized as one of the most popular pilgrimages in the world, with over 3 million people participating in 2021. The pilgrimage dates back to 1928, 1 year after Bamba's death. commemorates his 1895 exile to Gabon by the French colonial government. Therefore, it makes sense to talk about the etymology as well as history. Magal is the Wolof word derived from the verb mag, which means to be important or to be old. The noun form is translated as celebration or anniversary. There are other Murid Magals annually, such as the Magal of Saint Louis, which commemorates a prayer performed by the saint in 1895 in defiance of colonial authorities. However, the Grand Magal is the most important and widely attended of the Murid Magals. It is the largest celebration in Senegal, both religious and secular. The Grand Magal originates in a request of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, in which he asked that his followers celebrate the anniversary of his exile to Gabon. However, after the Sheikh's death in 1927, his son and successor, Sri Muhammadu Mustafa Mbake, organized the first Murid gathering on the anniversary of his death, rather than the exile. That is called now the first Magal, which is the Magal of Sri Muhammadu Mustafa. It was actually attended by an estimation of 70,000 people. This date remained until 1946, when Sri Muhammadu Mustafa Mbake's successor, being Sri Muhammadu Fadal Mbake, changed the date to the Magal to the anniversary of Bamba's exile, in accordance with the Sheikh's original wishes. The period of exile in Gabon holds great importance to Murids. It is seen as a time of persecution and testing of Bamba's spiritual strength and resolve. The Grand Magal has grown over the years from hundreds of thousands of pilgrims attending in the later decades to the 20th century to nearly 2 million in 2000 and over 3 million in 2021. The event is televised, with coverage in part serving the Murid Brotherhood proselytizing mission. Video cassettes of the Magal are sold domestically and internationally as well. So in short, today's gathering is just in remembering the departure into exile of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. The Daira of Mafatihul Bishri, referring to the initial commitment where Sri Salim Mbake, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestow his blessing upon him, indicated that I will be actually naming your gathering as Mafatihul Bishri, the keys of happiness. Get yourself together, read the Holy Quran, the Qasida, act on higher moral ground. Inshallah, the assistance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be on due course. Ever since we've been in it, we've got properties here, number 10, number 26, as well as in other provinces within South Africa. And that is applicable worldwide. But what is important, today's gathering is only prayers. We are in a period of COVID. Therefore, we have actually set ourselves to don't go beyond 10 o'clock. We all know in terms of our wishes, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant it. We know that we are in a situation of turmoil economically, globally. But let us have faith. Mahmoud Say has indicated today in terms of evaluation, we talk about more than 150,000 rand being spent on today's gathering here. More than 100 ships, more than 313 chicken. That is just a drip in the ocean when it comes to Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba celebration. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has approved his work. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestow further his blessing upon him, his family, as well as all the Taliban. We are very grateful of the South African brothers and sisters who's been along us ever since we came into this country. The words will never be enough in thanking them on their commitment and trying to be part and parcel of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba's teaching, which doesn't go beyond the teaching of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu to each and every one of you.
ngir ngeen di mën di jot suñu vidéo saa su nekk da ngeen abonné fi nga xam te ni mooy
Mbégme TV.
loolu ko da ngeen activé cloche de notification bu ko defee dara doo leen rawati suñu vidéo jërë ngeen jëf.